man so na adrono eye adwuma different ruta mixture no eye malaria no eho adwuma kele ni nyina de free wo ruta live no so de ane se mamogye edi afrusan ye onipaduanum anafe ruta tonic no so no typhoid eno ebeji edi afru adrei ubenya bia to be bia to ado bia oba wa fa efunu o makoda no fa kra ne mfe dumienu a o ma ne bia nye 0244 485632 nafe wadim enkomo na hepasco herbal capsules no liver support inti anu ahye so liver no se de tie bia wo be pe bi na afi wanum doctors no woman declare waka cho so liver no enye ebie mu ana to adra bi na starting anom ana se wo de only liver problem krana brobono se de tie bia no one numa dro am ho ban be hadwe enu ti na make am for pasco e de am ba bia to adro bia wo benya bi ato 0557 0557453579 na wabonkomo yenremwe na yentoaso ye ba Dr. Lawson aso ye enu Lawson Beverages Limited Dr. Lawson Dilemma no mema said ya bema wapomode ezitie ewo mpem no ese nyaho kekakra ese otime keka ho mpem badwuma emafifremfriu ebu ono ma ye na ade abesene wadro no Dilemma bitters no ana bemu Dilemma capsules no eno nso ya tenka sronko adro wo yo ba bema efuku badwuma odawo onjeje ho onya hwe ha adwen eno chasa tenka na tekwa no ana be capsules bi na afi wanom ema menses no so flow kama adre ewa dwama so be to bia no wo benya bi ensom ato 0248619999 na wa bonkomo Natural and Company Limited Proslav adro Proslav no adre eye enem yarea bebre na watchimi apeke ne mo baako a ewom ene se bema tonso a odun so na mu pai mienu ana eye den obo onu ma ne dia no so no ya na bia kam obo so anajo ya dan no obie pono no ha adwen wadrom Proslaveno and a bebo Truman capsules near recorrection and after premature ejaculation in Nabeji at the Afro Congo ointment the home and some manis will be o Timinano pay at a sene and Nentama Propro and after Sabi a Howard what drew a Congo 0249017101 after what drew not dear come a be a herbal clinic Nino ya make us a unshada who are dear o Kenkaya a unshada who said the letters see and so city the woman is glaucoma and as a cataract audio bo emode na 29 ebra doctor so ye ebie ebebo na afenu ma ye kama say ye stroke and asembia ye prostate once na kidney ya won asem audio ebie atna so kumase kwara so dwuna say main market na chi mo am wodo man kro no ye ben Ebenezer preschool a ewo an ye bo adwuma 0541565199 na anu ma ye kama ye kwa currency kaso ye adro yeah, drain a me bow the row of the amount drone the bra said ye do one dance mrebe bray and no and I may come for the amount pebi and then we are real draw obi a work go no and answer make us say flexi when you be and also chevy na and komoi rash sabego so mix channel and I fe the capsules in I may come for them as Roman capsules in there and also a Bob Bama etidom ewon pem I furniture dom hene and no bomb my own pema good day and some hindi no diabetes and after blood pressure and also we call 0246348334 na fe what do come see cops connect limited Roma Daruma wo connect you mbia bezo tu kwan o fly ekwa mo no ne mbia say Europe and say Asia North America Canada and US of A and abeso ko dwuma na okoye na say ne obeso kokko ye den ko sua de a and also akwanya dawo de ma na omo ekoye dwuma drivers ye hiamo ye hia and the truck drivers and afi order we are Tyler and ye be hia mo amoye carpenter from mre na afi general nurses ni nyina na ekoye bie and so de amamu dendendena mobile open chiremu bi afana bai na efre wo mu anasa WhatsApp wo mu e was 055373 2982 o WhatsApp you ma de wo mu bia no wo mu ebekam ade atro me dimafo Dr. Time da so doctor nie na me dimafo de wono enso adwuma na no odin o wono ane afa Dr. Time da so de mrebeto wo ya de so sem bia stroke ana say ye waist pain ana say prostate ni nyina no me dimafo awon ho asem ana ye den se de tie bia no wasefo ni che bua kwa gogo school junction mo am wan kra no so poku ya semayera 02 0244774282 nafe wadim and commandano pe imulit for daroma imulit aba supplement kantanka herbal pharmaceuticals woman a day abanti imulit supplement unumbia na wapebi abwabodi no support immune system no immune system booster and afi support general well-being ti do tiem na unantika ka bia no abrebu onso ana nani so bri no ni nyina no adrei ana eboa no ye fa no imulit herbal supplement no ana make am for dem imulit wa dwama so Ghana ha ba bia fa na ba bia wo de ra pharmacy na afi e ka se wo pebi won sam e be ka bi eremu e was Samens Vital Mixture and capsules again me bon de ro ave ama agana no odin eno etosin bema obezo tosin na fi ma koya o de peru bi no 2 minutes no be jai na fi wakọ any long journey ami on se wo bema move natural freak no so no e ma no munya bia powder no boa e ma no so menses no etimi e ma ne sisi so kama pa na fi libido no enso emu peja auto adria fra doctor e wo number so be tro kwan a obefa so obefa no 0240616061 na fi wadi nkomo Alaska Star Enterprise wo dembe kama wo dembe fe wo pebesi wo pebi blanketing sana wo pe na asembia artificial in the grass see ana wo hia bi mo am pe in the carpet da forma utia so onai mo ya moton kama ni nyina na wo di bi ba modern in the TV stand ni nyina ye obi e wa dum ye ne boss of building no e dia no show Mrs. Anoche Plaza wo nya dun kran so a pokuya akra no e cycle ho a na ye di ndwuma eno so wo ship house wo obetimi afre 0554114878 na fe woni ya edin komana bibia nso etimi ayekama ede ama na tabia fo no enuro no de ya kan wasema kanka tabia ba Mr. no malaria dro wa wonim se eba no malaria pa dia so yare na uguso bi say dro be na men koto a edro be recommend am ya tabia because tabia no wono malaria ne pa de minim adro a ebetima compete na nti ne ya kan wasem no avem amanti haba Mr. no nya bia ebetimi abo capsules no eye osisi ya ya mo am ya dumaden mu gina wo che please for anafe necessary presenters bankers mu nyina sisi no mo de ya aduma pa nti wo tena se che na gina wo cha eno so na sisi no adwum mpabi na afe mo no ta kum eno so ebusti wo libido on pembema utie mi na nuama nko ya pebi pa 0243686861 na wadin komo power specialist herbal hospital ya ma me doctor kosu adua ya woni ye obo adwuma ye pa na hepatitis no anafe fatty liver eba ne kidney problem ana fibroid da wo yam ni nyina no ya ma me wadro awade saw yare wa sai wo nro bedre adua herbal malamesia malaria dro cough care ba Mr. obo wa wadro no na afe adua herbal tonic no wonu matu nchimini dia pebi na afi enom adua ya ewo Accra Kwabenya ACP Road ewo Power Hospital bus stop Kumasi Feyase Obosumchi Road ewo adua ya junction mo amo watakra do record ewo Anaji Estate 0244544422 na afi woni ya edin koma ye be kwa mo no na no peme the high sense ana eja okwan na omo se ye mo wabaso ewo adwuma woni o ma di bronya num ebe peme ne 2025 ye remu ewo 2026 dwuma woni o ma di enuama wato nyina no wo mu adawase feedback amode ama mu nyina no wo mu asom omo cheso wo ma improve customer care edama this year na nuama ayeye pint so utie mi a obekoso any high sense ediduma obefre 0302 550-000 now the high sense ashi abom fancy di Maria.
Mera say Supremo baby ya buy and question of the day so proudly sponsored by Amuzu P Herbal Mixture pebi toy nanom say oba na say bema wanya eye infection bema so vitamin flu bema ne muba no wanya bi to ebeboa ana ye nuama no so aya ne nsuo egum rough and also dru bia na nka wom wonim senye sei ana na nuama sitia James 1 or 2 binti wanya infection a wadro no Amuzu P adro tatahwe eno anie eno ene bedi wakyenamu na amanioma aye fine enso de amana ene Amuzu P say yemsa say which of these newly appointed managers has surprised you so far? Which of these newly appointed managers has surprised you so far? Alvaro Abeloa, Michael Carrick, Liam Rosinia, managers miasa so far so many appointments nanu ya no wan ana no dwumadi awo dem say abro wadwe no ntiase so ayon wan pa couple
Well, Ghana for no be any first one under the post Pedro Maldina. I was say Michael Carrick and will call the Amaneno any message what day about Professor Simcard was say the meaning of Ateta Arsenal running to escape trophy again, and also a day Abanes one of the overture any Ateta no more yada say Baso Arsenal running to escape trophy again, and only Ateta yada say Isaac Mensah from Tadi was say I'll go for Michael Carrick and no don't so Diaba way Philip Eno say or call for Carrick and no and so and no Desmond Kwesi Ahen and so Chelsea Wontumi Sports Carrico Tom and no day Abba Amorim Tavio say Roland from Bodua say Utu Sena Central region was I'll go for Michael Carrick. Okay, okay, me Utu Sena dia no I come COVID time no office anone where are you going? Why are you going? Where from you? Do I say this is Utu Sena district?
Kroma. Why are you going out? This is how to say.
This is how to say.
There's a home Kangana home. Two year the open. Whoa, Mate, Medasena. I was say, okay, we say I fancy watching the show live from Cote d'Ivoire. Michael Carrick can walk a German and no a Boating banner daily message by Amsterdam Junior. Amsterdam I say Michael Carrick and so and I was surprising here pa we na Bill Gani Zog or say a man coach no na say Carrick and so as surprising no. We say Alvaro Belwa has surprised me a lot. I watch the show live inside Domi Cross and no a Kwame Terrier temperature. So any Papa say I'm going from Liam Rosinia and you focus and a daily message and so by and Dari Pios and so Kwadiama Michael Carrick Cafe when so United United Bobo say Carrick na Desmond info and so a routine a day aman free a Manfi Ransford and so Kwadiama Michael Carrick named here any and way Frank Tachi Caputo one also say Michael Carrick and was our Bonabaso and no Pentiano and so and no yama and bet to a moment to this one Yanshi and bet to a quotes Nafi Yemfa foreign news and still as I shine live our TV so ya generate a QR code amount way downright corner na say from one send him so say scan me phone camera no to so they say you picture na we say be channel na yi link am link no o boss wa pero be ba a new page na wa follow na fe wa share and and ask me to cry sure ya be call still live on TV digital satellite live on YouTube Wontumi TV live and on Facebook new one Wontumi TV Wontumi TV and on Facebook new page young query 85 hours say my man for D 19 hours 19 point something almost 20 hours
enra almost 5 kafa kakra to a child where did man easy of fancy
19.87 hours
20
do be out of my tre no 2
why are the craft
3 hours they so be happy to 19.87 hours na bono my mom 85 hours near hadi
okay
well BW35 CB7 CC5 and near 85 hours
okay
BW35 CB9 448 25 hours BW35 CBA 1B4 and here 13 hours and a last code a 9 BW35 CBA E85
E85
and here 9 hours
Wontumi
Yes. Oh yes, Radebe. And then Monday. And of course, another special Monday morning indeed.
Yes.
That is the day the Lord has made. Betway quotes and the man was say Betway rewards cause one either casino and access sports Ubenya points now converted a day Ayeska 23 minutes after 10. Live on Wontumi TV digital satellite and I don't pay you also.
Fancy.
Chairman, fancy your stubborn.
Oh, sponsor there. No other fancy.
Chairman.
Fancy. Chairman, you're strong.
Oh, yeah, dancing so. You're dancing. You're begging in time when share because now what's your night chikakra?
Abada be ameshamo. Adwuma koso. Some share a year sports I work Ghana there. I can confidently confirm. Say. Aye Wontumi sports no I don't know number 1 just say aye star BRB and abodebo
that's right
na tapuku baby o bia on samra so otomwa
baby bishop e wo bia
bishop wo bia on samra
adwuma sisi
on samra adwuma
na so on two car okay ti hwama me say bishop atika
awotomwa ba na vini ekizizo akasa
oh nice
many ekizizo akasa
okay
just adwuma no Wontumi sports ebeguso ayekese na be kese ya na ho anso no obi atie abrochire me wo ho ne ade ya yi nyina ahwa no obi a no etie mo ye kese mo ye tough eno ti no me be sori anopa na Wontumi me tie Wontumi sports bibie no ha meye what I say I one just say your point nko antino anamaba your lunch and so you ever have
oh chairman dey na so
chairman dey wa class at some kukudi
chairman ono chairman say betunu ya tell you say because chairman dey nye ana alert nam dey masa wa ya gani when you run the ticket ya on buffalo on the ticket ya on buffalo masa chairman da so because them say time on come on start say course na ni o ma ya yikakra ba chairman we chairman wallahi
oh baba
sakakra ko pe mo atawo achi o say na atawo kodi mo emu de o de
of for prerudo mo fa prerudo
o de be ma say triple atabo kodi be siu ko chairman na mini ya be ba so de na bi ko me say there and some de more kotokomo de na ade nyina na nyoma e koso Ghana league akwa bi na am person of this cabbage man chairman league moye
I kotoko de minim say mamini kancha santeman na mencha santeman ra yura ye hene otumfo se tuwa ba bi asantokotoko hene awo ya santeman ra ne nkwaso odo anso na kotoko so ye ne dia na sesia no enam MPP ntino aya ne dru ba bi na mame som no yasumu kwan bebre so ane ede ye ba minim say mre bi beba kotoko chairman de medibi yeah minim say mre bi beba medibi
wow
yes na se me di so a me de gaga yesem sikade patapa me de befam amatimu no aba back said the na bra na Herbert Mensa was so ye no Herbert was so ye no sabre ni iswa asafo yehu bi enti meka ni nyina de abom de hyehye aka ho a what you say ba bi akotoko ka kodro no obia no behu no but said the Yesu ka kire Mary say memre nso ye no enu bi na ne me meka kire say memre nso because adwuma bi e de be ma obia na wo say utime yire wo ho na utime ye na wo ye ni ye soso e san say ye pese ye boa MPP na 2028 yes aba power nintino enema bebre wo ha menka na mum se me ba ye yidia I will be the first a friend say
chairman
to say moro no kra bia metimi de na ba no aba be coach aye kotoko yes made the international coach and I'm the baba so me duro so arinti na meka se me de sheshe na gagai anwa juma no you Yami wohoda se ujini dia obeya I said I know you Yami wohoda se ujini dia obeya ye bompaye Shamachi Shra Yehuwa Elahenu Yehuwa Ekat we ahata et Yehuwa Elohika bika luvika uvika naveshika uvika miyodika Tode Yashak in English in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Kama me ayesede aye table saud wona sitie sense me no kase nyoma shepi adeba ubuso obi a be catch so league bia no ma ye gene the month of December ebi be catch so ye mo league ama chese obi nye the month of November and chese December the no no wo giri ye basere moment abeti dey see aye the following year a chese shepi adeba ni nyina no na chese no aye from ebia February ni ade ensom ade kwa ni mu na me no kase no ye da so the month of January, but we know I said La Liga, Omutabo and Esitia, now the Teresa Barcelona, woman over 52 points, Real Madrid, I say that, woman some over 51, Ama Bobokua, Yefanis Atletico Madrid for no, woman some over 44, Anna Bayaro, woman some over 41 points, I know I say a top 4, our near cancer, I La Liga, and no some Esitia, no idea, Konya, Yefanis La Liga. For later, Sabaha, other centers, and you are latest who call a Real Madrid, I could not find some Brahim Diaz, Morocco, and some Okobo Afghan Obian in the Asia, sir, on a final game, on penalty. I'm a Brahim Ayasa, Wokoko Bo, Aya Panenkani Aduma, Aya Edward Mendy, some many somebody, a confirm P. Abina Obakaya from last week, and some other burning, now you can be some other choice. I said, I could away one on Safa, no just amount for dinner time any day. Every crowd in here can say a deaf threat and somebody my player. Your father said Brahim Diaz and Amasa. Now 50 years and year and JF Konibina, Kobomi and Jawo Bopana to Zedie, Dompe and Nasa Casa and somebody who name over so to say, I'm a just among for Supanipa. Now Obaya Okasa in Bampi and some Okobo and your Panenka weekender and some Nanu game on Mukwawe and some Okobo match against Ayabukua. Your father said in Bampo some penalty and some about Panenka. Nina support Amodema and your Brahim Diaz Amacha Sanimano and no some Akosona report. I mean, you say, and I saw one more. I am married to Gasa. One more Julius Akotano Warokofa. I'm saying, yeah, can say, I have problem. Our firm arches and no, and some crisis. I won't come. I want to can say, I've got I'm psychologically. When you have some okay, Warokofa, Amacha and good news, and some free Brahim Diaz as well, and some banana peno, and some our shows not Manu Casino, Real Madrid, and another permanent two can say, woman our Julius one, woman on budget La Liga and enough for two, woman some was on the Champions League, and somebody as was say about Champions League, maybe or be any Madrid and Frimo, Yaba Champions League, Real Madrid, and some money out at ya, and you want to be Casa or be I won't buy a year Madrid, almost some Tomo Julius there, almost squad way, and some other money can say trouble, and no some Jumabati Argentino Pino, woman training session, and some Nagusu Alcosumano Casai, Mamatema, manager Fansa, Avara Abalwa, and some other drew a year training grounds, over Crono, not just a Udu Spainer, a year longer night, a year shorter days, not just I cut 3 minutes, I'm about 7, I was Spain, and I had time our coach now, your Fansa Avo Abel Eberemo Ava Vadeba Sutusha Wabakasebe on Namanajo and I said on Namahomate Bana Casimani and Sapama Bo and non-so anopay and some our Spain and our coach what is some other Drew Arches Abelwa and there's some Edge Madonna Peno one training session about Cosmano Castle Crano one some Astarte Amata someone by the training Ariate woman you know some do Amaja reporter Meme San player na your friends Arnold ono and you be a news everybody no and some HSA or you be to me a training and one kakra but me tesa against aye Benfica no woman person Arnold ebeko because Wontumi and risk aye boy na your friend Arnold emanen kobo game emotion no and some nyame ya duma aye 1st of February na just a weekend and some called the Monday soa Madrid every game against Bobakua your friend Sam aye fire candle and no and match or more transfer woman some betting your bona just a quasiada and some match and a more boina and no I update time and no player your friends Antonio Rudiger Menoka say really can some your trying to be Emra and some our person so almost all near kind of full recovery and Chabiano player friends Antonio Rudiger no what is some other confirm Amani man's wife fine and the Amabo Kwe friends Real Madrid and on Kakra and some Amaswata na only some match on Mokobon and Anwa, one some Akosha, or will Yeshua many Ayobiano and Nimna Jaminamsa for the first time. Madrid, Abopo, Ashua many Amobie, one start telling up more. I just a Madrid, Etimia Dunkunim, and some players I came a Vara Bawa Koboya. Now, yes, I will be a Branham, never start to match Biano, Yana Koya, Onimwa, Yana Kokobi, but for the first time this season, and I game on my ball without Shuameni. Just a Madrid and some Aquafan Kunumdi and some Jabba and no I said you almost some no one some Gana goalkeeper one some Bonabaso a table contour because Mabacasa and your contour and you'll be on a permanent but you just say one say a Vera Bolwa will find there a your balance and no pressure and shut down call a your contour so when some contour reach 150 clean sheet and some our league anymore that's a goalkeeper them ball Emma Kumako 150 and I say matches 150 ball Anton Netano and I said ya branch of some Courtois and some celebrating it now Jamona woman coming on say or for us a ball buying Wasasanioma, the Kai Aya Jude Bellingham, I'm sir, what Kai Jude the first season our Madrid now our freedom and to what me bay opponent to the goal area no and I'm Jude and shares our goals okay the first season Koye Pano Shapa yes sir a very Bella Saman South Domino I'm a Jude so opponent you know and you go area no to an annual chance yes sir one of somebody be bent about Sabia young creative build up penny a day yet a born and was saying who are and some by our no and some other support and what you know Jomo carrying on say I did about Vera Bolwa and the other say Rama boys and freedom now no freedom of movement Sabia Befaha me see her me raha and no I'm an can say be understanding Abam because Alonso the other day now is a pair out square in the mount I want to be say and while somebody would tip pem sa but now you can say no woman to the passer and a coach na Balwa, one say one, I am mentally and physically. But obi I ready a genimu and daho and what does our ho. I'm just awareness. Yeah, to maybe one more commitment level and some pajamin in the comma. One more to the double and some other to me now go na yaka one semono. I Lamin Jamal a goal shan and rabra. Said ya Kodanisis Jidda Muma born by na Lami Yaman Sao Krani Bunkumi will be a can want some coach, I can want some teammate to know will be a bon Lami Yama Basso and some Aniate. What is a manager on Amaru Borsi and some other general because of gamer woman who Copenhagen and a bono are very important and some other Barcelona. We are West as a Barca Shakrana Medicare told them last week and say this results to be a co favor and your boss and Ansana, we must maintain our position and some our top 8, our Champions League. And yes, I table also into my Ayala mean Abatrancha Kalamin Piano Stadium on Capo Babia Fabiano. Now a standing ovation of beer and some bun and some and some Malamina Quadana. Woman about Jalamino, Yafano Runi Barji, one and I just Wabajana, Chessa, honestly, yes, I came no. Now report to me on some real match and I really didn't come on. Runi Barji is Lami Yama go no share no. Na chess F a goal amsa will be a crown now so there say be a chess no and no some other bar any ate ama chess obi a born a basso no so a toss kotie and some yi baba be a central fortier na so nyunu ta ni nyina no cross na ye beti akwadana ye fon sa woni borushi e wa bra wo bo Lami Yama basso go no share no na chess anu wo shepa ye nti akwadana no.
What an amazing goal, what an amazing player.
Yeah, no, for sure, amazing goal. It's not often you see that kind of goals, so no, it's always good. I'm always there supporting him, in the end we are very good friends, so it's always nice to see your teammates score good goals or doing good, so it's nice.
You were in the game substituting Lamine Yamal. He only scored.
Barji edema Chesson senior. And no I Lamine Yamal our team no ama Chessano Peno. Yadena accepts and so Banabosa coach will be on second half performance and a manager and some Fusa and Yama Koyena. Manager Nigeria Basaway. I had the best way FC Barcelona ever prepare for Nyamiyanma midweek and Wednesday Champions League game. I was about so Manchester United and some way simultaneously. Now just at the same time any of us are 18 matches in now many Nigeria passer I don't know my N1 everyone could not let me prepare you for a Copenhagen and some Jamasons will be on Sanwa now deserve a game can be as no I was almost some to me say now Walla Porter a president and Mukobus also penny now most stadium and you said was a waka Usi yenye na omo ya we sister no kwa no roof womu nyanya nti no moment nso betono just say bia royal box kakra bi na abekasa ebia nso to a enka because on say enye fe Sebia and Perforte so no a porta ne bia that dignities ebana chesem so tona buo mo no de yana chese and shada entry but dobo so kan nyina no sabia and central for the tinam ayo commentary TV stations are omo roba akata womu console ne microphones and womu monitors so yesin so to jai granam ze mo mani so bezo kom ama chese amafo no ma se kra no dobo so kan sam amunya rufini ye womu wi anyoma besesa omu wi anyoma ensom abe kamanyoma be kwani mu pa entumunya botre mo omu wi abibia no ensom abe change na sera meka no last week say metesa yesi coach no woni deko womu nyina so tra say womu ntwen amabato no famra ni mo sera bi wambeto wi ntem ama chese basa team no anyoma som abe stable na afen koda no womu nya so find ye season owura no ekonfirm ye say ampa also players no corner ebe request say womo presidential elections I was a basono womo twem ampanimo esa sa pro ade ko ayechese me hono de my hon friend league ni ya ba be on tu koya me beto ba ebe ma chese ne ma ebise basantina enkwada no ada be kasa womo twem ampanimo to mo jiri basa date no ma she no ensom aye kama a chese no ana mo som ade yo tuma na manager no say anase president say womu wojidi awanse flick emo womu project omu yeri nyina no flick ana onom aba continue enyo obi ana aba to aso omo mpamu coach no ana coach no so nka say wo ko omo say an ana adwuma bi asa transfers no womu nyama no tia na bi a coach dwa ana wonya kro ba ko ne yade omo say womu project aye coach no ensom ana ba to aso ana ba ko bi say president say na opani ebanu se no majai ama koda na fere se draw enso akọ ana wo se akora na beka so obeso okọ no obi na man kamoni na agree class o enche obesign contract am say sankam onya 18 proper wonu som eberu ni ba na akora na beka so obekọ no untimi nya no hwemane nyeye wo mo yere disappointed se na wo mo som aluzi ayesa akota na ye fere se draw ama boy no enso akora ba sa for say wo mo santana ama de ato mo no ebi and Santom Biam the Sanintino, Wama from Chassa, Femi Lopez, and some Ayobia, so be a woody some Asia Kaki to Abananka Kodawe, Chelsea coach now, Quay, Enzo Maresca, and so Dana Amana Bena, Wama from Brain Edin Coma Enchabiano, I was so extended a contract, Emma Clubber, your father Sanam, Barcelona, and woman in Kobabian, you know, I update and some Amaswaya, and some about 7 year Timono, report to me and say, okay, I yet Neil Mope, or you'll be a bottom of myself. Now, Metissa on a 7 year for the area, now by 5 million euros, about PM Ama, I yet Neil Mope, Ababe room, and some Amabokua, your father says 7 year on another joining, Rebecca, and your draw, and some Asamino, only some make us a report to me and some point, why medical, and I don't pay the amount Paris Saint-Germain, draw and Chabiaba sign contract, you know, and some Masaida, your father said PSG, not just Akuran ever sign Medford Papa, Anna Luis Enrique, what Yakoday, and some Adana Bana Kodaria, report to me, Sakarisa, woman, Adanabaka, and your match day, Esquad, Serbia Wednesday, Ediano Kawan, Roma, answer Champions League for now, they want to be registered. You say, when we qualify to quite the next stage, and send a boy, you know, and some other batch, ominous game, and some our league, and you draw Fernandez, and they are available, and some Paris Saint-Germain team, report to me and say, Ashraf Hakimi, Paris Saint-Germain, and in Newcastle, game our Champions League anymore, Metesa Hakimi, some other ball, na Obo Afcon. And he said, "What about Afcon? Yeah, just say, oh, okay. I'm one of my man arrested. Said last week you came into Jamina said, Yamiya Duma. One game in the Champions League against Newcastle. A branch of Ashraf Hakimi and some other available. City on the pay. Name ball a Hendrick. A boss for Elia Juma. Hendrick. You could do it. Say Arsenal. One jam on my corner for his son in one nary. And some joining Masara. What was the first game in you now? I could what somebody born about no one as a manager Mikel Arteta yes one fan my Premier League team bia I could not make say maybe a Chelsea fan prayer pa e ma Arteta will be saying no muna or say I could not for sale na one going to come and say go be I could not so say no I just a weekend di ama Ethan in one nary what somebody be a start to life our Marcel no one somebody na come up and could not will be a baby na just walk come be a go to ujuma so Amanioma and some fine and so Jamanano Peno and Anteta Fema Aston Villa one coach I Juna Emery now only the economy and your Premier League table answer now young Aston Villa coach Juna Emery Nisama one of some other two after the game Arsenal one our 50 points Aka and your 15 games now will be a year any season Man City one more 46 not just still Arsenal at a 4 points gap and a BM by Man City Aston Villa woman in Man City our pair almost between Omo and the Gunners and some 4 points Man United that also and I woman some our 38 just no I said a table and some city na answer Aston Villa coach no yes and Central Baku compare one some I will come as a coach na more now GDS Premier League no most batimi agio because said ya musi call away e question Newcastle 2-0 no dey mo batimi age unum say coach ne boyefu na bu for nyina nsa mo nya de kra answer baby daddy obebu sam say ye contenders league ne batimi age anyam one you started this season answer will ball 1 2 3 4 5 wo ball be say 5 matches and kwe mo na mo start ana me your problem me na mama Aston Villa team kwe na me sana me hweli ade adana sa time mo musa so e bia mo ko allegation ana wo bia musa he batana de ba bi odan ye kamanti mo ba musa so obetimi age Premier League no am say coach Juba no ye dwara kasa na wo de say kire bo bi so out to say wa ball bi anum ansom ato yentia huna every moment wo mo musa na sanya bia na Aston Villa ebetimi apepo Arsenal age league no eso mo na so ana.
It's 38 matches. Last year, maybe they were asking the same Nottingham Forest when they were in the day 23 with 44 or 45 points. And they finished 6th. Of course, when we can come back at the beginning of the season, we were contender. At the beginning, in August. And when we lost the first 5 matches, we didn't win, we were contender. No one was asking me. Was asking, oh, you are in problems to this year. Maybe you are going to relegate. Yes, it's like that. And I am always very positive. I am hard working with the players every day, and then each competition try to focus each moment. Of course, now we are in this position in the day 23. Really fantastic. But I prefer to wait until the day 35.
Fan sa Juna Emery now tesa ya dene some Emma baby omo die after match day 23 no mom one professor oba China be at day 35 be ebe bana chesaka 3 more games am ye to say oba pray now be se ya beje mo na mo kaso wona onyade na ontimi na adwuma na France wana baby omo da obi aso mbetimi agento no de anyade so ba comment so ade fa o krabat mama se de ye ma si ko onim sa Sherlock mama mo yibi sesi ansa na yebekọ fire mama eye team Sherwood yebeba eye Arsenal nom ene Premier League eye super computer so but kapo ye kase obi eye footballer na where world class otiase say onim say team Sherwood eye former coach Emma Tottenham Hotspur na omo busa no play omo play ni dia so oye world class ni abusa no sidabi we onuru ho oye world class na coach ni kan ya Emma do be so chane say player na Bobo Kwefan sa Liverpool and some agona buy Alexander Isak no we be so chase onye world class onuru ho kra na yebetie ensema coach no and some attitude because team Sherwood aba so chase Isak onye world class almost say na a year Enzo Fernandez was dabi onye world class no mom Bukayo Saka de oye world class and we said team Sherwood esidin nkomo e wa Brenano pen say ready a yebetie ayensem a former coach Edma Tottenham Hotspur I fan team Sherwood some attitude that yente kakra I'm out to say, we're fans, Team Sherwood, your ball, Bukayo Saka, world class, Ellen Haaland, world class, oh, no, world class, no, what, Maza, for the tag, you know, every man almost a simple crowd, just one, and in your man, somebody, somebody, actually, Momo, Chesu, and Fium, Numumia, and the other coach and a class on your world class, you know, Sanya, be able to me a class, a fine panasa, where your world class, and not just any manager, and and somebody. So Ambachasano Peno and no aye kakraba free mama me according to Amta one supercomputer as of another pay damaso mo kan nyina nse hwinsi da bia de ba na mo na mo besa mo cheso and e bia Arsenal a drop points e wo fie e de amman ani ade me no kase still na no wo say wo mo predicted final league position and this year league aye by na aye 26 January wo mo tiri e bas as of another pay no ye be season say ana table no ebe Arsenal ebe je eye Premier League no Man City ebe to so me no Aston Villa ebe to so me nsa enan ebe Man U na enum ensom aye Bobo Kwefan sa aye Chelsea ama Liverpool for no wo mo som ebe to so ensianti sedie enen kam ya say Premier League table no city no wo mo tiri e pass sa na clubs no ensom ade be ko ewa bra no ensom aye kakrefi amaso ye ensom ade Bernardo Pay no e wo show no so na Newman course Enra Arsenal for game a boss our fiano Yawusa Italy one coach Aya Gattuso Leonardo Bonucci one a company for no Gianluigi Buffon and some about Emirates Omunano and so ebe shebin panfoni ni amba monitor Aya said your game a course so our Emirates and some Sequoia na report am say can say manager Mikel Arteta kwakwa jiatum na yese manager na so chesa Yana a very difficult so prioritize a competition be a jabi also Arsenal wo to meje quadruple amani ye na say we obeka so enya menya Premier League na me penom e chen e bia Champions League e bia menya Champions League me peno e chen Premier League untimi prioritize a competition be e jabi anu ntino wo mo de ni nyina no do matimi agibi osa kon bi aso no wo mo som ahwa na cheso mo ensom otimeje na ba bia problem ensom and say and central no bisa Mikel Arteta say as a juba bi na onkoda no as I am shishie bi as ehu bi abomo as nervousness bi etiesim and also no
one use sa word say be do baby na nervousness and some ats team no modabi one use sa word no be o nervous anya nkoda we na a ball game against Chelsea our Carabao Cup no mu our Stamford Bridge one ko share 3-2 anya nkoda we na ko Inter Milan one of the best teams our Europe and some akosha wonom it one Nigeria passer bibia chesa Arsenal and some hubia no aba bia I am shisha bia no bank koda no mu yade into no aye weather on easy yentie sele Mikel Arteta edin nkomo ewa brana one person obaji atum se bibia tesa and some asset in yentie no
from 1-0 it got tentative, it got nervous. Do you think was it the weight of what you're trying to achieve that affected maybe the atmosphere and certainly the performance?
I wouldn't use that word because I mean we played in Stamford Bridge in the semi-final. We were brilliant against Inter, one of the best teams in Europe. We were brilliant, but sometimes you don't have that day, and we don't have that day. We have to do the simple things much better than we've done today. And on top of that, when you look at the goals and the goal that Dorco scored from there with that angle, someone chasing in the top corner, because the only place he can put it, sometimes you have to give credit to the opponent as well.
Do you think from 1-0 it got
Managerial editor Gafe man one kasomo former player you follow Patrick Vieira essence Vieira there you also can in the samurai zinin in upper next still on a so go down to a huna you can was essence Vieira but so just I was Arsenal team no we taking risk upeli gajia yanya mempemi wasam as a born I was some chokra usro now pass ubetimi 1-2 now so we gina no back pass na ko Cyrus any other I was Arsenal for nya kukudro our bonus Tom manya sadia na league na bentem pass on betimi age Patrick Vieira wa Bobby Aje eko chesa invincible it won me oka yentieno.
You can see that both teams losing the ball, they really try to get back 10 players plus the goalkeeper behind the ball. So the feeling is that there is no risk. There's too many passes going backwards and not forwards.
Do you want them to be braver then?
I would want them to be a little bit more brave, a little bit more forward and try to find those players between the line.
When you look at Arsenal in the league and how they're competitions, you're thinking that they'll be full of confidence. We saw the same against Forest last week, previously against Liverpool. They look tentative and they look very, very predictable going forward.
It feels tense. I think you can see that both teams losing the ball, they really try to get back.
Patrick Vieira one also swear about say I can't because Sakamasem, you know. Now I'm not for attention said what the last 13 matches because I can share go. But on say Obia referee Onuna Team Shaw would say well you're world class the last 13 games. Bukayo Enshe Goma Arsenal na Chesanyoma ha ama almost say a branch of fans noni madu a so Yakobesa 1 year on share go our Premier League anymore. Now so movie ya any club mo kwa wana sa Arsenal ni na no. Wuni ya so yake kadi Yakobesa 1 year. Ayadia sa madu eke and so menya go our Premier League anymore. Nini na ni ya mamsa ya na basa na hadren e Wontumi nya dia mo so mo say mo so mo ya na emfa no se de siko and so Manchester ni na no. Mama Michael Carrick because o ya manager wo ba not just 12 days na from akomako dumienu na watcho ba ko and 5 days ana manager wanya but wa Man City and wa Arsenal 2 games in a row ha na so o Michael Carrick say hwe see ni konso mo tirim ayo mo de na de be so kan nyina no so mo prepare onso mo no wo mo 1 game in a week the whole of the week ni nyina no just 1 match and a man about cup games omunim wo mo ni European atento say also mo prepare your Serbia one be fan match after match but for now there ni konso o mo carried away Serbia ya she City ya she Arsenal ntie man ya baba kan ya dabi kra yente say the real fans Michael Carrick and some other no our brand all dear football man team.
Well, the feeling that gives us really as a group and the players and as a club and certainly the supporters, you know. It's my concerns more that of how that can bring us together and lift us in a real positive manner. And listen, I'm not getting carried away. We got some big bigger games coming up, because every next game is the bigger game. So we're not getting carried away. You know, we've got really important things coming up that we need to kind of keep improving with. So 2 massive games. There's a lot of emotion and a lot of energy and a lot of confidence that you can take from that. But be humble and understand how we've got these results is really important moving forward. I think it's more about the feeling for that gives us.
Coach and friends, Michael Carricono, and I'll tell you, you didn't some Harry Maguire was say you want to just Michael Carrico, what a new energy and our banner group, no, and your master Sacra, your mom, Panty, Harry Maguire, no, not just a ball, and your coach Michael Carrico, Abasono, now Mateus Cunha, some others watchers, just in a near Gia, my boss also, no. Mayu so Mayu and no Mateus Cunha was what just the most beautiful moment our Manchester and some other chess and you must say and also match be at no and another chess and be dream is also basobo Brazil funny as I was show going there what then what I'm saying Koba champagne chess at Nana Casa Brazilino and some the Asara Kawa when I a beautiful moment and so no I am Mateus Cunha chess and Peno. You didn't some any day and some at Abanyama Wednesday Arsenal. When we bomb last Champions League game now, I'm gonna Kairat Almanti answer Kairat for no Mama. That's not what qualifier, but so I'm basically a liberal Gun Quadawe Sono. The Minion said Kai Helvet and a Ricardo Calafiori. When we know some other available for some game at Arsenal. Ever born Yama Wednesday, no, and some update by Uncle Chelsea. Report to Minion so called Palmer and my manager and Call a Sours Park, Uncle Bo, a Crystal Palace, Gamina, coach and other sort as a Copoma, no, I'm saying, I say, or tipping Kakanya, one of precautionary measures because Crystal Palace on Dimo and I'm the Bonti or say one more important game, Namiana Wednesday, and what Diego Armando Maradona Stadium, Sagamino, Copoma, and some other Chelsea, Napoli, and then a Wednesday Champions League gamer, and then some other so now coach is or born in Quadanaba Sopa. Didn't you born was on the same? What would 2 days? And of 10 out of Quackaball and your Crystal Palace, our South Park, Brian, young Kodia Grow, be at him said almost stadium, a city and Tisana, and Quadana to me at Daptia or Bon Quadano and Sabasopani, and Yasama Cocha, your friend, sir, a young Rosinia, one of somebody out to Java Brano Pen and Amza, Nanian saw send no consider go over so just at a crown, not a foul, only goalkeeper, so battling, you know, our senior and some assessor. Now also we need back-to-back games. And your Premier League and was say they here and yet that now they here a consistency. We also find game after game. Yentil coach, you find Liam Rosinia after the game.
Saying I can't talk about what hasn't happened. I'm focused on the next game. I keep saying it, you can't get carried away, and there's still things that we really need to correct quickly. So I think it's a foul, the goal that we can see, but it's another goal from a set play. I was not happy with our last 10 minutes. I felt we should have gone on to dominate the game further in that moment, but I'm not thinking about being relieved or how I'm feeling. I'm just focused on the job. That's really, really important, and we've got another huge game on Wednesday.
Free manager now swear Banano Peno and was shown so okay Argentina near Catana. Your friend Aaron and Selmino, Janus won Cobolon, Emma Dortmund, Wama Freno Edanaba or your centre back, South Queen House, no, Metisa Mama Dusa, a ball of Coboya, and so Afcon Emma Senegano, Ebi almost waiting after Boyer for Strasbourg, Emma Codano, and some Etiana Bat, and a slaughtered, you know, when you said the last 5 Premier League matches are Wama Ball, Liverpool, Amsa. Woman winning your 5 games, the last 5 games in the Premier League. Woman draw against Leeds, woman draw Fulham, woman draw Arsenal, woman draw Bailey, and Ananiano, woman Kokolo Zoo 3-2 against Aya Bournemouth. Meno Kasai, woman manager 2 games ultimatum. And no, I the next 2 matches. Woman has 3 matches. Liverpool, everyone Newcastle, our Anfield, woman Man City, our Anfield, woman call Sunderland away. But Metisa the next 2 games. James I'm somebody assess no now you are kind of class over say revive here Newcastle Liverpool Man City so na be say revive here yes say no my adena Shabi Alonso no pemika say wo mo say oban ho ayan come from Spain am tell ya me de by na latest anyway Shabi Alonso the report I mean say Liverpool pen for no amone the agent the reps Asia e was Spain and come on course last week Friday said a report no e ban say Friday na meeting e bas na tie yes one desk said ye Alonso ban the ball e be sia tactics and nyame ya na sama e bia player ben wan and ofu say omodo mo ba and also other Liverpool but say Shabi Alonso request bako e Mickey Van de Ven or Tottenham maka trust a boy be so ba Liverpool ne Van Dijk e be 4 and 5 on one krom ni yes Liverpool coach on person mo bay Shabi Alonso requested Van de Ven Adam Walton mekano some na some enano pensa waro ko ni Liverpool for na Crystal Palace on Medford no 5-year deal abasign yes Alonso swap pen pa Adam Walton enso anyway ana Paris Saint-Germain wo makoda fansa Bradley Bacola wano some ope ana for Michael Olise ai near buying for the hammer power. Yes, Alonso so on your Michael Olise up na say Musala opposition no Michael Olise and also be fa kunyane tena so enti we mo aye request a manager fans Alonso one some aye wa brano pay no ya de ebana sa komase bia we mo sake and a slot amana kwani manu ya report amenya say Steve Gerrard aye former player Steven Gerrard abaja tum say bia for a short time on the interim no one some abana aba be ya jumaro and some adama Liverpool aba brana Alonso be start aji say bia nyame ya doma aye summer and aba so aba one some aba pop there the aba so kan nyina say Bernardo Silva no chese onimbono bo too much onimbono bododo na player ben you say wo benya nka bia Silva ebe stay back aye Silva and ebe ya decide de aye edema ono ensom ane na busu say wo mani apropa o mba so mo catch up no aye serious e wa Bernardo pe no yere amte tane dia kan nyina de ba no poli de Antonio Conte say wo boni players no crabas because wo ma ya de pa o de hade o aye Milinkovic Savic wo pra Ramani Wapra Zamban Giza Billy Gilmore Kevin De Bruyne Matteo Politano David Neres plus Makuma and so on the bomb day Lukaku Crunch and recover Papabia and then a chance to me fight for a yes could that to them Wabon Kunana Basra Debi also me piano almost why Ama Luciano Spalletti was said now could I find a second and year this no I'm Sakuramin France as you so for different word was it Drew Babio or bet me a mistake Bakubina say be a burn or nipa but on nipa on your normal say akwani bob papa hey na kanam you this and the coach abona baso sa no adwuma se sakura no bono de anra won some aye na podi ne atipa ama ni nyina ne kakra frimo ensom adebaye ye nyina so ye fence na bedwafo no na afi ye ntoa so yama aye QR code ensom our down right corner down bottom right corner bottom right corner and to phone camera natural so said we try picture na illustration you see na be chi code no a chi code na be my link and as a browser beba uboswa do beba your new Facebook page Wontumi TV na fe won so follow na wa share ma fofo and some hu san said na one so ma san taking it down ti ye fence na bedwafo no emra and a Monday and so pay yes na yeah but so many kind of to him say old page no or mudi can Wontumi TV and yeah I'm say the old page ana ye foforo Wontumi TV live and so oma saje oma de but YouTube adwuma Wontumi TV live and for Facebook a new page I create am say and anopa am say from Saturday crana boys near so mo bon dero ti anopa ne first streaming and fa so Wontumi TV as simple as ABC unya na wa share ama foforo so anya na say better still QR code no and e dey ato enchemu enso dey ama wo form TV no so obenya na wascan no boss wa pe wo camera na kira so a ebede obema link ne bapa na chese wa boss na de wa ba in page na wa follow sere bia bia be call live bia no obenya notification mezana bibia fine here.
Yes, yeah, bibia fine.
New bibia fine here.
Yeah, bibia come on.
Okay. Oh, mummy and auntie.
New week, and you have for a lot of stories. And Mikel Arteta, Michael Carrick, so in Spain, Arbeloa, Hansi Flick, all of these coaches, you know, over the weekend, you monitor how my performance, you know, a bit me. Me starting my stories, you know, I've been a bit surprised at the time I was Carrick, Mikel Arteta stories. Now also I can say. Any slot and penny for share on a new custom penny for share. Me tell them because coach Jumay a to be an eye be pa. Say see bo and a slot a bass wine chair ye cry say club okay on a bay Jumay and penny and power title no showed glimpses of a good manager. Then all of a sudden what really happened and a slot enco but my main starting common oh Michael Carrick on my Manchester United as I'm not sure say Fachame, my Manchester United as I'm not sure say open few clubs are ma follow a DHA. Yes, me DHA, say me nim dia me DHA with key interest. Manchester United account. I've seen their rise under Alex Ferguson, different coaches. So say no, a Jumana Carrick no. Ma kwaye say otwa so from Babia Fletcher ever start here no. The moment I saw twice from baby Amorim ejaye no because Amorim dey na all she akwa to say obi aton uncompleted house at the amount no akoto fie no a on twice free baby ni pande koye apart so do ho nwura anka de aka ne ye o twice pepe but no atobo ase yi blocks no for now per se foundation no crown or kind because you think say a plan no and your ideas and that you need to change certain things because a foundation every football club makachiro every game including Sunday special that is womb football match bia nkramie nu bono ekwan ho kra no that is womb gina ha we ba no stop na say no tactics on come na wudi no. You can't just go on the field and say yeah kono yan discuss hwe you free you change cinema obi a ya chiche positions kra whatever you discuss in perspective of the game and then your friend tactics no but according to game levels and to be ya ka ikasa kan kasa wa moshe kasa we dey wa moshe so Michael Carrick adwuma na oba ya oye no wa sesanin free baby na Amorim wo no Amorim Diane say Amorim Diano now about 3 different lines of defense. 3 na wachiri no middle 4 na wo enfimfin na attack no wo boom mienu to say a subset sa so ne dia no 3-4-2-1 na mum 2 ne 1 ni nyina no omo attackers ni bia so wo hwa Joshua Zexi Mason Mount Kunya Brian Mbuemo all these guys no na ochiche positions no mo but quickly Fletcher by now be converted 4-2-3-1 no board double pivot and I start to introduce you a 2-man method where attacking try and obenya the confidence to morale behind the lone striker where you know traditionally a ya kwose 4-4-2 ni kakrasa o number 10 with me acting as a second striker or kope no kwa kunya 2 strikers no nya 2 na 1 channel no nya 2 na set no but with Fletcher no o chusu o gati and a kobimenu and a bomb yes and a ball lone striker. When me who yana make say, oh, this gives me a shadow of the traditional systems. How are you born? No mom 3 back and 3-5-2 ni kuchuru ni there. It is when what bob no kwa chiri na pesa was someone saka krano. Now it's maybe be. So Carrick Fedjmano and was ade Casemiro abeka Kobe Menu. The other day na me catch say if Kobe Menu ebenya he's developed from U18 and kitikiti mu ababedu stage B. Baby odru no ohia coach for obe develop no e de ne beko na another coach e na run the prime na baby odru no so wanya coach obe trust na obe bre pa because as a coach no otiko bi who could be menu is so wanya antena se a obe fan say just another player. Look me busa asemba ko propani coach Bay and the man Messi Mount ebe gini pa asemi making on a quick flash. You have to have the answer.
Lampadana.
Yanko. So Kubimeno has to have somebody who trust him. So the parameter trust because a coin when I told we are driving our nam na be do by binem krabi bobo no agina. Also mo bobo and now packing out takenum. Ba crab akobet me wasi Africanum. No afa akofo do sana o show mu ye. That crab akona e kakra won so ani akoto crab akoso anim. Na wo hwe ono so. Your talent has to gather the attention of a certain coach. Abdulaziz Oko Barcelona no ni remfi adwuma akozito eyema manager but zito yema ni nyina zito wawie okotokokra na ho kire no but processes development or yet kan Aziz no oni Aziz awie dia kan ye dia Aziz be hia ne bieu o ba bia okro no so how Kobe was developed on kranum no he's done nem eseso bi so ne nsa e wo see it man confidence move do this we mistake don't shiver. And na Kobiaka, then Amorim no pressure than so only be or the baby Kobe menu apart from leaving the boy to be frustrated. But he has a huge talent. It's a fena need diemu bako aba or try so be man the opportunity. In the final third, there has to be a sacrifice. Big boys no Manchester anymore no do. Kunya ni Mbwemo ni Shesko ni Obiya ba as a big arrival. It is a pressure echo back so one has to work for the other. No, yes, okay, may pressure also pressure also, but one coach B will stick to one, bench the rest, and look for balance. This is how the coaching has been. Obebon Bomo, Obon Kunya, Obon Messi Mount, and how you be like a Zexi. No, so much because you are looking for two attackers to play behind one. Where is creativity? Me one two central midfielders now in 3-4 no watching Bruno the number deep. It's Bruno who has been one of the main creators for the club since or joining now he's further away from the box, more deeper. Meanwhile, the guy loves to shoot. He loves to take a risk. Now the number deep. It's Bruno already always say one year more remind but Nitirimuno, which means a name be brain. But this time, as a mega Kasembi and Madrid said many as a mega I said Carrick has found balance between the technical side of the squad.
Yeah.
Or the 2.17 SG in a real game to Manchester City. Man City at the SG of 0.71. Or no, you define it as an attacking team. No, your ball real not Carrick. I want a chance. Sanko Benya goes to be. And they can't go so or check it or be our strength or the real game. No. And the same thing and now you did tear Arsenal so baby Michael Carrick just say no me masam nye mienu pe we you know the audio crew ya ni die a bad den so be book PSG a bad den so be book Madrid Bayern Barca level no bad den so be come go chire all of his time but all bobo Arsenal mon fe e shaky Man City domestically no it paves way for another manager Obeba. Before yes beba no uni so be bobo kwane to ho now no amu John ebo asunu or cancy so be for Friday ebeba I'm just to pave the way Michael Carrick so akasa the United kwako do level na ni United no they will not have that patience because there's also a lock around that time it will you winning the patience in a certain environment a draw template ni na to man near my draw said Xavi AD as a flick and nimunua then that guy can win but I'm for foreigner say the Joe said Van Gaal mobile ni bina obebana se nye so right now my dream much them say looking at the game e koso Carrick ejuma dogu ni row no obi ehun say visible in Bromo more confidence even though na obai na obo no or share we've seen few changes at a team no it gives much
Bruno so kwanimu
Bruno so kwanimu because of two Asian Casemiro ne one box look this guy or a box midfielder but it takes a bit of time and sign the game no e dey draw no away from that you know nervousness no
Patrick Vieira Ekano. I don't know me catch you after Manchester Aston Villa game. They said, "Yeah, no more do my sabo form."
Arsenal,
yeah,
Arsenal, Aston Villa.
Aston Villa. Now more do my sabo form. No, I'm supposed to say bomb stress. So said, "Yeah, I'm also smooth." I would do myself form. I'm considering. No, I was also asking myself, say, "No, these are not my players. Don't react this way." Say na game it. Before now, you back kick ball. I was third in the sono. Oh yeah, you need to put some fear in the opponent. That fear no, and you dear why yet you put that fear no. It is that fear in one more game. Let's start an opponent in the BB pair. Let the home bro, because as a Ukraino, and your form na would do home, but and yet the history and your dominance and your rise be. Gabriel Saliba, your bomb, but so former than a catcher or the Muye in Pep Guardiola, they are the best team currently the trophy elementary. But in winning the trophy, no, emotionally, near mommy and son, he had a free game, no so. Ubuafu, when yaji, Uraho, a dini sia, a master and home popo. And yet, Tamu concede, and the nervousness never. So Mikel Arteta will be a one a chair more do not do mudra and send any panabo Mikel Arteta or no amuno or nervous kakra.
Oh, Samu.
Mikel Arteta who plays in Pep Guardiola to turn on the Yamshino. The Carrick de Bayani, Arteta bedroom won't say because Carrick and Koji League no. Yet what titre a few. The Nissa training was a purple bar. Look, it's a prince in yet ever tire. In fact, the ambassador.
Na amount me for 4 points no and to us on Franco because fine say Rebecca so omina started the same from ground zero near book ne bi obe being 7 near there but abaya 4 so 4 no bit me maintain 4 points gap na dey akọ
in every league season in every league championship your burnout period and your peaking period this Yakopon wo Mikel Arteta. Then the peaking period, you know, is see at the middle part of the season. At that time, no be home children. Eti obiga shisha ni niyema ye aba no oba. By the time when the partner sorry ye partner can be at 10 games, 8 games. Now we burning out. Say yo, obi peaking ni be share burn out period. Oye day obe fa ho akọ. Uhu se America nyina start pe. Now then you be we are no be do be a chair now we can I say what the TV at you but you feel say I can't 1 meter na kwa tono no man I must start a pay but obi burning out oh ho and obi LED 1 meter 2 meters be now fair line no obi so rise up person of finishing you're starting you're finishing in every race sana de anything you're sorry and you all be we patriotic adena say so one analyze Usain Bolt to ye pa no we are aware say in every race your chances are all sorry no almost Usain Bolt epeja ni mu enye full heighter forget yourself sana every season etie Mikel Arteta yaw me menya na kwatwimu be 12 no na Pep Liverpool na como players be key players be 5 6 e prepare
yeah lose form
pa na me bombas na pa but those guys have caught up and it's really looking dangerous.
I see some pressure na Arsenal be here to fold.
I come many games so EPL
see I 15
season we would you say season when season Arsenal obi apam Arsenal na yema no this is not the season
yeah.
And then it will be better Arsenal or the MCC Quatiato. So who you know as also born in Kaye, you drama and François.
Okay, so man will be paying.
Said to be a chase in
be a kind of City uniform, Liverpool uniform, but said the Arsenal for the can who be paying in tea. And a man bomb on carries our nervousness neighbor.
Straight. Straight. So say no dear. Liverpool can want Kabakaso and Kofumi chase me, or Mumi Bako Habako. But I say no nipa clearly the clearest person or chase Arsenal. Why you chase Mikel Arteta? Oh Ruby, unlike the seasons before, Liverpool Klopp or Qua a Pep in the Dinachi. Say Pep or Qua a Klopp in the Dinachi. The seasons before Sana Kwakwe, we when you di Arsenal. who has been one chaser. It was supposed to be an slot as a defending champion. And who say defending champion there. I say Gold Stars yes season yeah. Defending champion need argument in Patriotic come say. This is inside Ghana Premier League now. Here the defending title no. But how many pundits to say come here Obabe loka check on Obabe League no so Gold Stars account. Because if things say defending, you know, or who suye, say the Liverpool defend na koye. But want to be some pinpoint to say we and the Arsenal the neighbors but Arsenal knows say what to somebody one club will be already about. It's looking more dangerous for the coach and the squad. But also Makasa da you know and my man Mikel Arteta 2 trophies. Mean to me man Champions League and EPL.
To Obajimu one.
Let's Obajimu one. Okay.
Well, Martini, me that say, on your screens, TV no, bottom right corner, honey, they scan me, code now to QR code, quick response, code, and to say, we use your phone camera, the Toswa, where you said the ultra picture, and I be my link in the bio, per bosso, and remember a new page, and no, a new one, I is answer, the other one, you created some few 4 months ago, no, you the reasons I'm on my side.
Good games last night at the Yasaba. I think the biggest of them all of discussions will be about the emphatic victory of Manchester United against Arsenal.
Yeah.
Na future league winner. The entire money emphatic near say one. Manchester United and share Arsenal for the Emirates since 2017.
Wow.
Ada sa ibo do ma menka sana ya.
So ma
okay.
Oni
onga zoni hanu masum du mi ana. Yeah. Number 2, I think Manchester United share and all the ball makuma yesa to Arsenal tinemu. I don't remember the last time a team won the Premier League for the past 2 years. What team akase match Arsenal the ball and atina makuma yesa is very difficult. These results are very emphatic as compared to certain results BBI United this season we say United share Liverpool. The number of years take here and United call Anfield
share Liverpool, share City, share Arsenal, share Chelsea.
Yes, share Chelsea. But enwa esa so ye another night to applaud, not to overinterpret.
Okay.
Enwa another night to applaud, not a night to overinterpret. A comma 2 coaches in 2 teams in Nina. And I am a draw over bones and their performances. The moon and name an intra bibi. A man in more adrenaline tias so. And chirichi moon could see baby. I'm sure baby asiano. Now Sakusi phone because we need that chain. The entire make us a comma 2 teams in Nina and 2 coaches in Nina. Right after the game, and como be do we are seeing in a say. As no met Magic League Yamana ye. Now, there will be an overinterpretation of the stand of Arsenal now. Say 4 points there, sitting by beside one babeje. Yes, it can happen. Me at the beginning of the season, me prediction that's what now. Me say me to me the City Beji League, no. But it doesn't mean I should overinterpret whatever happened at Emirates and Ra. Because I saw 3 things about Arsenal and Ra. Omu dominated territory. Omu possessive game no. They created chances. But the night was not their night. The same with Manchester United. Say they pressed well, they played well, and they created. But Roy Keane has no kind. You beji no esi boni anase beji na esi ye. Meba ho. Meba ho. League no not you think because you see 4 points between Omo and Manchester City. But I think there's an outliner in Aston Villa. And now I'm call Newcastle Kosho 2. The same venue and Ipadodo now what did he say there be Arsenal Kosho Newcastle will have you into Beji League, no. And why Aston Villa Kosho 2? This is no check league log now. All team back what the perfect balance between home and away. We Arsenal Sinchaya and Aston Villa. Oh check on the league log now. We are the 3rd best home team in the league. O check it away table now. Omo are the second best away team in the league. Now, this season, adie bia nipa ya de league bia no, omo ye been playing bi wo league ni ma me ehunu.
Wontumi.
Obi person of league adie no ye consistency. Consistency ni there so betima win be 10 games or 5 games dey atwa so yaw. Aston Villa ni this season ana. What is the match na say no? Dey na chance we na Emery relish the opportunity say 4 points. Obi close ga because ani Arsenal cross our game. Omo boy we home na we ni na we omo Daniel league na omo boy we. But the likes of Leeds winning the next 5 games will prove to be pivotal to the quest to push for the league. Yeah, 4 points. Obetima ABB. The same as Manchester City. Obetima ABB. It I think for the league table ne there. Yeah. Me and push Aston Villa for move free commodity ni. Me and push Aston Villa for move free because they have players of more quality no. To play and get results. The same as Manchester City. And the pace now as na economy so kobi. The pace now City economy Aston Villa so cause pace nebi. I think we are underrating the kind of work Unai Emery is doing around this team. It's not easy to travel to certain venues and get results. Wakoyaba, wakulosiga no kakra akra. But for Mikel Arteta and Arsenal, yaw, I only have one word for them. Say, omo ye one title away from blowing up. Everyone will question their mentality. But I think the turning point will be from the EFL games na kaso babone final no babono. Asem me say kebim. They are one title away from blowing up. Arsenal one title away. So musu be amu be no. Men doubt will be our question their mentality. Sebi ehunu be painting our kasa. Me know ya dream. Men doubt will be obeka so Arsenal the anymore da say na musu bite. Oh men doubt that. No kre na oka because of my ye bia me ehunu da. Na mum men pese game we lose because the last 3 games no ma draw to Nottingham Forest, no ma draw to Liverpool. Out of possible 9 points, ya omukutamu 2 points, which is poor for a team and why na dream say obe compete for the league title. But see in the Champions League they could literally relax going into this particular weekend games. Ya almost 7 out of 7, 21 points in the Champions League. Maybe nothing actually shows some better form. Abeto playoff zone. They can relax. Focus on the EFL Cup. Build themselves up. Nobody about be removed into the Champions League knockout rounds. Then also look at the league and how consistent they can be. No Wontumi they achieve, they also Wontumi they achieve. Obi all problem with Mikel Arteta bia no. Nipa no deserve say you have a problem with him. But I think we should not over-interpret the results yesterday night. They said the Arsenal egu enye yebium league now at almost 4 points. They are still in control of their destiny. Yeah. They are still in control of their destiny. Iti ombetima enyoma bebre. For Manchester United, I think the whole issue about no game will be about Michael Carrick about 2 games against Man City, against Arsenal. Proper game na Manchester United. But yaw, enyoma mi ensana Manchester United jinaso. Edishe game nenra. 1, they stood on their emotional levels. Omutimi manage your emotions in 2 tiers and Wenger obeying sports. Or Kasemi say Manchester United emotionally. Omo manage your to get into the game. And no also when say Manchester United they are well coordinated whenever they had the ball and confident on the ball. And I think Michael Carrick adeba kwabe or Manchester United and me ameti every Deborah draining tiers say we're minimizing a lot of tactics within this team. And yes, on your tactics, but we're minimizing it to the basic things you are supposed to do. Mamunja gap be bringing to Mumienu 6 and 8 more bar. Mamu space be bringing Namumienu Muntem. Double pivot in the center backs. Some more bar, Mamu space be bringing a day. And Namuntem. Mudru any more ma encourage more one touch and be free on the ball for more creativity to happen. Now, Oma player freedom. She the zone Patrick Dogu befa ball and Bruno Fernandes ball 1-2. Emma ball on a setting man, the ball that long range shot. Absolutely class. So we're minimizing a lot of things for Manchester United, and I think the brain behind him is also helping him with experience. Because Steve Holland was here, where your coach on there cuckoo down for you do my pain. I'm why successful pain as an assistant coach. Was our national team signing guys get acquire Juma? Only Juma. It's a good time I was here managing situations. these are people who stand in for you and help push you. But the America says another night to applaud and another night not to overinterpret. Ejina Roy Kena Semo Osaka Fire United. Osina Niaji results we pa. Michael Carrick abon home modern team win 2 crucial games. Nemo munu so yemuni na adwemu che say. The Michael Carrick be ye bia season be kwa wie bia na yawo eni kwan so mo de adwuma ne ma no. Nenu said the amount for Sopano. Say I said any blame Michael Carrick. But yaw, asem na all kamo udomu sukoko echira beti ni maybe ase. I think for Carrick himself, he should leave Manchester United when the applause is high. See a bon some man say Carrick why adio, Carrick why adio, Carrick why adio. A honu nya adwuma nto onko. I had to say last 3 games are Michael Carrick boy. And son of the Juman Hammer Rafrag and a cabin over for quite some time. No, yeah, or shares our games in no be so Rafrag and a man in chamber be not Carrick and a and to Asunu Jahoko. That's a Vanistron Subenya. Vanistron Subenya Safi. But for Carrick, the no Jahoko, Vanistron, he wanted to even stay. Yeah, only no, so but for Carrick, he decided, said no, because only Ghana associate a free team in Tino on the Subeja Wako. Yeah, I'm using one person as a typical example, Zinedine Zidane. Obia so to tell you, I want to tell you, the stocks also. Michael Carrick is a young manager. There's a difference between stewardship and authorship. So me stewardship ya de ade na ma so hweso. Authorship ne de ade na so se wan kasa beye. Ne ye ni. Ba bia Michael Carrick gina se no steward o. Ya de ade na ma ne se ko hweso. Na tinetene no. Na mmom o de adwuma na nkasa ma ne se besom. Fa wan kasa wadwen ni unim de fa ye de opese o de ye de achieve bibia. We no interfere. We no e woni kokrom no. I'm not saying he's not a brilliant manager. We're proving within a short thing says on what ability to coach Manchester United. But yeah, there are 2 different eyes in the ball. We are caretaker near Hong Kong. I'm a permanent manager near expectation at Taro Hong Kong. I'm not the real city you are young no Olivier on the higher yaw. Carrick Benya Duma heavier yeah. I'm a koko Musaya deal with Masaba Manchester United BM. Asabe coach BM. Minim club way or mubetima your passa yaw. They will praise you when results are going high. The moment things will turn, supporters won't be here to say their own coach team need that. Omudi biya ole Ghana social coach biya about United ombebubu a pray. They won't even remember said there was a nighter oko Emirates koshe Arsenal 3-2 omonkai. This is the kind of job you are about to do. Okay. And how dangerous it is. Yow, Mimini Kini Adwin. He's a brilliant manager. He's or ye taking a Jumani or to tune in your money. But I think Carrick na shan hung you said there be. Let me leave when the stocks are high. Yow, the BHS Tottenham Hotspur will need a manager. The BHS Newcastle United said the how Koswana resource you Kobada. Yow, they will need a new manager. Oh yeah. Yow, a Jumadi. Carrick, if you live on a high, there are a lot of things you can get outside of Manchester United. It immediately came as na wakano. Yeah, I think he's in the right path. But for United, Michael Carrick has shown and you maybe say when your tactics be say about 5 back, 3 back, 4 by 4. It's all about understanding the kind of players you have and maximizing their abilities.
Mate, me da say. Wo, me ba Mike Asarbodo, me a video analyst news in me say Man United beat Man City to give Arsenal fans happiness. Then they beat Arsenal to give Man City fans hope. What a generous club. Gideon Pence on a day no, and so at the by now be crowded at it. I mean, by time I hear back before 4 and them say or chat it and as you say I trophy now them so Mike.
And trophyless then trophyless again.
Right as the
Arsenal running to end trophyless again.
Okay.
Arsenal running to T and E trophyless T again
A.
Boys in the sound fancy. I found this inspirational and decided to share using a car. Auto car ni madea na okay, so for visibility, opeso hun de air course or coins wa what are the various angles out here?
Say driving mirrors, no, especially.
Into the windshield, the windscreen. Which what did they here?
The driving mirror now.
Good. And our side mirrors. Exactly. I don't think I have side mirrors the rear view mirror. Driving mirror. No. I don't know a door so I don't know in the demo. So your focus should be one. Inti aya hwe ne kese baako eye baako per focus ko wenim de wo wenim ne so if you focus you can get to your destination. De wo wechi no you need to also refer to the back but not always. Inti na aya ne ketua bi inti wo hwe kakra ne wetwa wani so wo kasa wo hwe no nko a na wada ne wo ho atwika na de na be say exactly at your side. Again there is a side mirror. If you want to look at what is happening at your left, you look at the corresponding mirror. At your right, the corresponding mirror. Then you focus and move forward. So I think it is just about our lives. Cars were made for what purpose? To go forward, but you're reverse. You're parking. So you will need to refer to what is happening by your side or at the side or behind you just to make adjustment to where you are going. But the ultimate one is to focus on what lies ahead.
That's not for no.
And that's not for motivation.
You can so home
one episode that is because it dawned on me. And I'm a car everybody base with himself. Why? At times you have these wild ideas, imaginations, but it is maybe your subconscious or your spirit talking to you. They show cry about abrabo. So just like your car, the windshield, it is big enough for you to focus, move forward. Then when the need arises, as simple as such. Now, a lot of development. I will leave the Liverpool one for last. But to go celebrations, quite many of us to ye din Bequin Edia Nyameche. There is always a certain meaning attached to names I had to ye home. The BDA enigiemu abofrani PA no. Mame no wa o nyaba na nyankopon ya na dom no ma ne ba ko nti nyame ache na de ene yesa de nyameche. So the names have symbolic meanings. Obe reremwa edin bi to me etwe wo sign anet me pian. The Turkish, the Arabs, they are not different from us. Maybe the Europeans no more don't pay particular attention to these things. Typical Europeans. But Arab for no ne yanye before no yes say seni esi nioma. So we have a certain cultural significant attachment to how we name ourselves. Take his sanity here. Edin Shahin, Nuri Shahin, Shahin Unim, Ayakroma, Gundogan, Ilke, the first moon, Ilk, first, I, moon, into first moon, Gun, sun, Dogan. Inti Nidini in is to symbolize something. Take a flag in the end of them. Exactly. The Turkish flag is known as I Yıldız. The moon. Yıldız near star. If you look at the Turkish flag, the star and the moon. The crescent near Tracy Esion. Sanity. So the name Kenan Yıldız follows similarly. I paid particular attention to this boy. I was starting here from Bayern. No, Gianni Beshe Juventus. Then he modeled Del Piero. And I was just saying, Del Piero, no, I was saying, was Juventus 10. Exactly the point. Now, when he became the main man, at Juve, wearing the number 10, he decided to announce himself to the world and then tell them where he's from. Adiabakwa won't maintain free techie for now. Maybe they were born outside. But they always keep something. And it's a Ghana near Kotna be approach. Or one a banner, D ban or the Pemano, or Bemano Ghana D. When your parents are deep rooted in traditional stuff, they will teach their children certain things about their culture. Baby, free. No, what training the dinner say. How funny be crowd? They dare even bring their children here to spend some years just to make sure say they will grow accustomed to saying yes here in Yoma. It is the same for these Turkish. Kinani eldest was born in Germany. Ne papa ye Turkey ni kobo no kushia ne mame ye Germany. Ene ya kambo ma wono. But they make sure say ninchin kwa de ni free. And the best way to make sure you don't forget your past and your name. Sabi asaribo no ntimi nkodane ne nya ne Russia for din. Akomia je mfini ye nkodane ne nya ne Spanish. Obeka ne say. So there is a certain thing that remains ebeka wodi ho. And one way to announce himself through goal celebration. Sabi players no monte say yene. Yene ye wo microphone. And they cry social media been to me for phone cry. No one call live, what can the opposite? But rarely will you see footballers getting that exposure or getting that opportunity to also tell their story. So the best way they tell their stories one through tattoos. Something significant being seen in life, no one called draft on a home. And as a player, no or person was saying on but or they kakasebi achre. And now say goal celebrations. And Kenyan Yodes has chosen the goal celebration aspect. To me, say ode can be free. No one sounds what can you pakro ye at the atraman for. Sanity. Hakancha Noglu, Nidin Oglu near the son of and teacher Hanoglu, the son of Chalan. Chalan also one meaning. Titaki boys need a brain now because who roam with anymore. You were there as a trail. It might not sound pleasing to your ears. It didn't bother your thing, but as such a sanity. Can you this star now or she go, you know? And you didn't yell this star. A star has emerged. So the player, the country. Go no, I don't know what offering him yell this from Turkey. That is the best announcement that he can make. Enra Oshego Edema Juventus against Napoli. He's in the form of his life. In fact, so we'll check it, players born 21 years or younger. Lami Yama Mogos or Masha Norman saying no. If Shadrach can project the statistics, maybe Wednesday and day, no, you will know he's in the same bracket. Lami Yamali 8 goals. Nico Pass 8 goals. Yildiz 8 goals. They say Bequeen ni di fatana fatano wakono. So Yildiz ni di fatano say they wa yama money di omoya. Let's also remember that this boy, born in Germany, representing Turkey, is also one of the emerging stars and one to watch out for in the future. That's it, no. Liverpool in common way Obakaya. Liverpool were losing certain games on a streak. No more dincho. Nottingham Forest trying 3-0. A move on a PSV Eindhoven trying 4-1. There needed to be a reaction. And your coach says, Sadia, best sankra nyoma mukakra. And then what happens? Some tactical adjustment. It came with benefits. And the more we need West Ham near bench Salah. Eventually issues arose out of it. But it also came at a price. Sabe, the reward there must be a sacrifice. And you say before you go to where you are, and the what consolate will be a microphone, my akwenya kasano. You paid. There was a price you paid for. To me, and every tactical tweak, and Sisebi Albeya team, you will hook out before Semenyo will get goals, I was a city break be so to make sure say befa. But mostly when the reward is greater than the price or the sacrifice, then it becomes worthwhile. I say Liverpool, the price they are paying looks like it is either greater than the reward or there is no reward at all. A honey baby or moke kako. The tactical tweaks of Arne Slot. Liverpool, the enemies of mistakes. They concede from free kicks, long balls, direct. They concede from them. Then the coach decided to make sure, say, they will limit the number of quality chances Liverpool concede per game. Unim say, right after, say Liverpool, ball West Ham, or PSV, the anyway, no. Liverpool more game or more XG, Embro trader. Expected goals in my main tremo. Since Liverpool started, so we lose 4-1 anyway. No XG, expected goals from shots taken. Into unya chance now over shorter. Baby, I would now over shot no. Chances set a bet me lead to go and then the XG. So Liverpool's XG from shots taken, it has seen a decrease right after that period. Why? You didn't say Liverpool a transition team. Liverpool, the ball need through maker right from Jurgen Klopp time. Salah, that is what they thrive on. Salah, you play a ball possession game, tiki taka, passing. Need any young ball need through maker, near opponent niya. It is a slow game. They down our ball passing now. It will not bring the best out of them. In Tishara Mame, Liverpool versus Bournemouth. Game your mobile and say aye. Or mame the XG of the two teams. Liverpool played more shots than Bournemouth. But what is Liverpool's XG? 0.93.
Yes,
they scored 2 goals. Yes, it's true. Yes. So it means there was an overperformance. Expected goals in Van Dijk header, and then the brilliance of Dominic Zoboszlai free kick that gave them 2 goals. But any chance Liverpool created, it was a commercial. That was Van Dijk's header. Bournemouth in 2.35. So whatever Arne Slot did to restrict the quality of chances opponent in it is backfiring. It is no longer paying off. That is the best explanation you can give. And then at the end of the year, so it has killed the invention of Liverpool. And you see another Liverpool here. Liverpool, you know, now all guts, energy, passion, young pushing core. Similar to what Hansi Flick is doing with Barcelona. Or Bonnie Highline. On him say he has a price to pay for it, but the rewards are very good. Into Slavia Prague. Actually, 2 bars are share 4. We're winning. Exciting game. Slot decided to kill maybe the excitement. What brings the best out of the Liverpool attackers? And instead went for more control, more possession, and more measured in the attacking approach. And it has not paid off. So whatever thing Liverpool, I think it is time we look beyond players who are not performing and look at the coaching. It is more of a coaching problem now than it is a personnel problem. Salah has been fingered. Oh, Van Dijk mistakes, no, yeah. But they are all part of the game. The coaching should be able to work out some of these differences and sort it out. Liverpool, Tottenham. Liverpool, we need 2-1. But the XG Liverpool got was 0.63. Exactly. Now, what check where that screen is your fancy? Liverpool struggling to create good quality chances. The Premier League average for XG per shot is 0.105. Let's one yard here crown. Udonya 0.01. Liverpool are currently averaging 0.90. So Premier League average no creature said there was Sakrano. Liverpool they not form. And with these offensive players in the squad of Liverpool and a slot one, they should not be playing up to this level. So clearly it is a coaching problem. And the M1 as slot they say for a club like Liverpool, they can have all the patience and watch him finish the season. But the beginning, you say, I could be to or prepare. I bet you into a story. Exactly the point. In fact, Alonso was the first option. Yeah. Until he declined at the call. So returning to the first option shouldn't be a headache.
Mike, me that say, and then so feels what the parents now was here. Bona, your baby Remo, couple. Fancy, fair quay.
Well, you room now for if in 7 and Twasso and Famana. You said a new message for your room now for your local news no and Brian Nano latest none of the details in I don't some and the best start or Ghana Premier League in Nafia said and games and no about so now Saturday your boy if you are the buy their home common or your own some at the Amanano pay. How the look and the boy on Saturday game no about so na house for a bomode a shekano makumi and sa our side game and no a course so ya more has for so about weekendi we must start in the pa na say omo hwese nyoma ebitimi akoye e sa game no mauli wayo ebo go and after Brantia Martin Kakari and Brantia Fanny say and Kevin was say be ball penalty at the 23 and almost 11 wonders woman timi and Shibiano e said nyoma it's equation clean sheet no goalkeeper Fanny say Benjamin Asari or also prior Koba no na say no modemo eguso enko kan 3 games or also eguta a clean sheet or ball and modern or one consider biano e kakre free or Edeba Martin Karim Abrantia Fanny Abdul Karim one of the man of the match was a gamer one more boy reach 11 wonders Abdul Karim after the game or in some kaka etudwa eche said game no nyama esi koyem yinti Abdul Karim kaka etudwa TNT already Abdul Karim edin 72 dwa na say omo modern money say omo pjam na coach I friend Masudi drama in so kasa was say very possible and so chess how the book league title no then omo ebitimi agi amana ye possible say league in the still omo yinti coach Masudi Dramani after the game.
It's very possible, but we need to improve on our conversion rate. We need to improve on so many aspects that I kept speaking about from day one, that we need to improve on decision making in very key moments of the game and very decisive moments of the pitch. There's, the pitch has so many, if you were technical people,
so did drama and coach Ademazo Vokari to now matches no already had a game about so Sunday and Swado All Blacks Womo and so Equini Kotoko dear and I did Kamusha 3 and my Basakoli Star Saint Mantiano I said a new Mexico Swado All Blacks Womo and so Tinefia Diana Koboma Camionua Womentimante Media Mat Sporting Club 3 Carella 1 and Afibichim United share back Heart of Lions Womentimante Ahoy 4 Edivision Bo 2-2 and Afi Samates Eshim and Timian to break Chelsea 2 goal stars 0 and after Dreams FC 1 Young Apostles 1 say and a Ghanaian league no say the results equal so Enra na Benjamin Stevenio Adriana Enra Ujana so ya Juma Edimo pa na Benjamin and so and in your man of the match o game Adriana eboyenti nsem kakra ori tudwa na yento so Benjamin Stevenio the form e Adriana start yipa Baba Iraq Sports Stadium ho and a game no na no shipa na quarter game no send nyoma sikoye no Albert Amwa akwaba na Albert ebo super goal ewo Baba Iraq Sports Stadium enra na goal no enso efe pa ni nyina no chese our register the presence I want to come back here on so e dey aba go highlight no and ye crofa so ebo over kick the ball no to net neze a super goal from around TFN no Albert Amwa na man of the match no Hubert Joe Hubert Akasa or say Albert Amwa de Africa no aba na de obeye na eba bro de odi kan eba ya na oye no so yenti ensema Nasco man of the match Hubert Joe after the game or the tudwa
Waba, you've had a chance to play with him. Who performance the same? Or go or my assist? Who the performance the same?
Yeah, only the minimum that I do not know about you say. Yeah, until the answer be piano, no piano no kwadia obey convert yama.
Interesting. Partnership Ben as say who person winning them build it going forward. Only Albert Amwa.
Yeah, going forward, like I say, I was a meeting man boss. I'm so Minas and I do also I was a young some team shoot to share. No one American.
Now most person win the league no.
I know I some rent no Eddie to do some and the man out pay or Jumadi so coach I friend Abdul Karim Zito and some come kakra eto dwani nyina no say rent no more dem more e konkan pa but am obona baso I want to come back here or the abaya na fe Jumadi a wonu so edi e de macro bia kumasi Asante Orokwa no coach Abdul Karim Zito and some come kakra wonu so the Emma and after say game no eba na wienti coach and come kakra or the tuda.
Fantastic. He announced his coming back with these two beautiful play, scoring one, assisting one. So at the end of the day, he will tell me I'm very happy he's back. to help the club.
Sama if you on my bar now Coach Johnson Smith and so on the players the performance on also gasai edutuja on players performance Johnson Smith saying ananiama esikoye yenti kakra and also edutuja.
See from behind you can see our attackers are slow and old. That's right.
Thank you very much. Wishing you a safe journey back to the Western region.
Coach Johnson Smith and anyway area tuja na coach and some of our coach the two no na timi say more cast the players no a performance no from but and catch them young Chairman Solomon Fosuware is the Ogusu Adenkra no era game no pa him say omo boa said e be support club enti nkoma kakra oni catch them young supporters in the
Fabulous, the greatest. Fabulous,
I said if you are a benty way catch them young Kotogofon has of look woman no can start here and no more bia has fun so we can and crown catch them young for the UG Stadium or Omunso Kobo Jamapa Z has for the Omasu Jama Ball Stadium Momoba Omo Bojamano Boni Yemonze yes Oma Abba Ajesendra and as a Saturday no Monso Ediano Ekoso na ye bo chairman fono Oma Basu Rebanese fans who are in league numa and the catch them young supporters ne has for ye Kotoko ye nations ones who be a na omo mutino mo ponachi and also nye easy cry who could do MZ Nyame aduma next week ye kwa record na ye do Monso Abba na supporters ne abeka say clubs no munye ebebo league table no say it's say I titles from Medium 43 Asante Oroko 35 Adriana Stars 35 House of Look 35 Samates 34 and a Good Stars 33 points na league table no Esaswa edeba fomo afomo e basake fo no wonum egusua womu eni hohoi and 11 wonders womu so that relegation zone na Odu Division 1 Robert Mensah Stadium na it was electrifying na anu shipa Dwarfs womu eni FC Ashanti Gold 04 nenye is a Dwarfs every game no two na jama bia omu swa stadium one say the supporters ni si jinja no na say Dwarfs from the MZ eso omuba na omusaba na afi yebhe because traditional clubs in the advance the way omunim supporting ne de ano de
money efe to imagine say a Premier League game
okay,
so a Premier League game.
Easy cry. Germany Ashanti Gold 04
full stadium.
Yes. Inti ahano fans them say ahano de ehu as good for no person muba. Dwarfs on sunya ombe baba omu guzo no de enye small ten cry. Of course, but as good for no omunzu ejina yi pa e zone ho but wa ba yero hono said okay no
mate
na beba
yera see as nations in kwara so mbo wo goki party am kwa monti well yemra na tamu by last week no say I start bibi wanwie obeba bibi ampa baba wie na meza na so wo kuchama nkwa yi bi meboa
kucha makwana usase maka onjen ana unim de ba so kasa haya na metra na beka se kucha makwa adwuma na be ya wonyai ansana ye de ne letter ama no
sana de me ka che nutin
asem we me ka na nutin na
so asem abrofo no dodo sei
se bi utunu for adop sane baby Niti na uturu full up sale baby.
Decision ko minim se bia bro funu gina dang out ana e mo fa na so mu gina touch line ho a e mo fese bia brunu na gina ho e dia.
Me I said from the onset say yaw we na nya magic. Enya magic. Ana kwa amafa so ate asem we say so nya by fluke. Na emum bibia na e kire say tama broni ne ba ya omo ka say obenya assistant ba ko Ernest. De to so mi ku chama kwa wo Gordon ablo de wo ho no mu do so dodo so I na metra na me ka say no kuchama kwa when you've earned the reputation of steering through the hardships of baby and Gold Stars after so much from Pomans or Quine. It will stock so slow. I do it and can sacrifice yourself. Udejai, meaning so sick be a kema, bibia kema. You get other clubs to go and coach a bit reduce stocks in a circle surubi. And a new say, oh, higher and a new TB. And a coach in a man into us, and a coach in a bed, yaw, never boba. Kroma say coach bien one more bahasea, or free baby now by yen to phone country as soon as you know bentention who you want. Obi you film, but it's only just a matter of time. About bon fise no atwe film kakra bi na afi woja ho amadeko, but I think he has earned a reputation at baby and Gold Stars, and say no ni honom na bi adachi bi no okọ baby fufura. I think they will gladly accept him to coach their team. Even Gold Stars now, life, you know, you live on a good note. Oh yeah, you can go and come back any day, any time. Gold Stars for Krabit Marcus, so then he decided to say anything can happen. But I'm happy say they've actually parted ways mutually. Will be at and wase. I'm will be a corny baby. Now coach now request to say nipan on buy in earnest. No, your menace and Mshasi and Rat touch like Hobby or Metan in Chen, your man Kuyin Famomo. No more fan pray for results. And I think the league is also shaping up, and looking at the results they've gotten, I think Omon is so much proud of how things are going. Because yeah, media ma born or more born a few will league in the coach Ibrahim Tanko, but I drain into so. Yeah, the level of consistency almost show Ghana Premier League in him. I ask myself, say, but yeah, Tanko will disrespect him. Coach Awatana bench Abuama Cameroon Aje African Cup of Nations. And your child. And then you're 20.
No assistant coach.
No assistant coach to Hugo Bruce. Currently on the coach the South African national team. So let's not underrate whatever Ibrahim Tanko achieving in a career. Now Wadana say me kwaya research shemu no. Sa na 23 year you call ya a free tournament in on penalty shootout Rastamatura Stone. The famous commentary. People amateur na no pay. Omuya you know. Do you know that tournament Ghana lost only one game? But ye no buburuja. Said there was no tournament or ye will be that. The next one so no Mike was a lose one game per na insem bebre.
Bina dey na make no kofa ni pan free abonten bar. Or kofa ni pan free outside bar. Oh, ye make vehicle available ma coach no. Ye mfano kwatena e bi apartment we mahane ha. Oh, say ne be man $1 dollars. Say ne be man like winning bonus ni. But the moment odi adwuma be mo one kasa no krom ni no no. E qualified no on fama no.
Debbie.
Meanwhile, Minkai me se mun chira me broni oba when was the last time a club ag league kroma or you choose a foreign coach at the jail.
The last time I made him
when was the last time?
Na mention record be
2012 Chelsea husband.
Yeah. The last time
Chelsea squad we na the man me kura me do meje.
So
Chelsea squad no.
So
Masante Modia no.
Adi
Modia no. No, so 2012 how many years in
2012
Yo, the reason why I'm celebrating Coach Tanko Nene said, yo, the last time Mediama lost a game was on 28th September.
Run to me.
28 September. After that game, Mediama 2-1 against 2-1 against Dreams, 1-1 against Samatics, 1-0 against Swedro Blast, 1-1 against Hohoy, Omuni Adriana goalless, Wakosha 11 wonders, Washe Oni Bechima draw, Wanokotokwa draw, Washe Brekum Chelsea, Washe Holy Stars, Wakoshe Heart of Lions, Oni Gold Stars about draw, Washe Heart of Folk, Washe Young Apostles, Washe Vision FC, Anna Karela no share Mediama. Back 28th September 2025. Yeah, Wabesha Karela ni by 3-1. How many games? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 games. Now tell me the last coach in the Ghana Premier League. What about 17 games I won't lose be? No, just give us a manager. What about 17 games?
I'm so
What you should be? Yow. And then Prince Owusuko. Matis another player should be free also the ako. Ebi ebe na ebe china. But player no see another key part of the squad. me mudi ni nesese
ye to benya replacement ama
eno anasem no aka no oko
new team player no
another experience oko
right back
no oko
boy no the ball in both two
the nice kwani so oko
oko outside
Bobo unso CAF Champions League ni bi e ma ne nyon wanwa e ho na obe ne nam. But I'm commending Tanko for how consistent his team has been in the league.
Commending no.
Now gap between baby and Tanko da any team so much so. Yeah. Any the kind of results or munya. Can Adriana Stars catch up? It was a big win for Adriana Stars far away as well. Big win. Big win. Now 35 points, 8 points difference. Yeah. League need your munya ma mediama because it's your mo home so. Huh? Omo home so. Yeah, 8 points. 8 points. Omo home so.
Mana home so.
Kotoko ne Adriana mu no mo home so na league no mu ntimi men ho.
Na se mo force.
No, the rate at which Mediama is winning games. They are partner chess Mediama be lose games is it. And the case is omo ho adin wom no. And only Adriana Stars no. First leg no. Okose Adriana wodoma. Second leg, Adriana Stars e batakwa.
So Akobi also 14 games.
Akobi 14 games.
Maybe we must tell you.
Maybe we dey but omo ni pre-league no. On say Ghana han e league na.
Yes.
Sometimes head to head near very important. Team now on e pre home and away resource. Na bia bobi ama. But everything clearly shows that Mediama is not going to lose games against Karela Muni, Swedro Blacks, Muni Satiris no. Yaw. But teams no be pre na komuni be lose soup and number points e free Mediama hono. Do one na Mediama bo ofie. First round. Because Kotoko na Mediama bo ofie 2-2. Kotoko etina fie no ne board run Kotoko be Kotakwa. Mediama no so ekwa away ko share Adriana Stars. Adriana Stars be batakwa. Hearts of folk and on the ball watakwa. Obe konkran House of Folks so league aye boy. Oma way form ye chen home form.
Okay.
Okose Heart of Lions wa away. Heart of Lions be batakwa.
Ba be ton.
Yaw. It league ni there. Mediama ka se be dia na in league no oje a. You can't doubt him. But for the rest of the clubs, they can only look on and compete. And I think for a bet Amo Awaba back ni go no shen and run yaw. Osai assist. 1 goal, 1 assist.
Tina Kwame Pokuma tena ho ama mo aban no ya zaba be.
1 goal, 1 assist.
I can give you reasons to say Abetamwa's return will help Kwame Poku.
Oh, okay. No healthy competition and
no
partnership.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. New brain. Asan mabama.
Baby a meza this year no me de to so na league no je no. Ya na unim ye league no so pan ya. So okasa wo je double if I make cases so. This season, none of your clubs will be double. None of your clubs and be double. GFA Cup, we are not such a league in Akahon. Continue double. So, or G League in GFA Cup, Mediama, I wouldn't want to say intimate double, but if they attempt some major double, I'm very distracted, Kakra. Bako, one of the trophies in a bad distraction. So, imagine say, especially losing certain key players. Media man so na onko G League no na bia FA Cup no njama omo makanim pro but omo the league na akwakoye no you started for no or the table no ba the first club our dasro ho yie e ma ye ka sa fi ni ma betimi akoye ma omo no na Heart of Lions omo ha dwene papa omo adwene no ha no omo ha dwene pando aye home ho omo ba abrankese a you know say enkrofo for na ba omo say Heart of Lions chale yewu Oba Dance Parker, they came with everything they had. Heart of Lions are we Heart of Lions Sincha, Adriana was also another team one or that top table no a chair but second round and the grips are who from Mediama no. Likely say, yo, your league no. Obin Chimu 10 points and 2 easily sao. Not just Obi for be say can say small club will be Mediama. Say they are not quite you know.
8 points.
No, I mean.
So it just will lose 3 games.
I dear boy, Emma, how are you? Dear, any boost league be competitive. Parfait, no. Be man a basso de say. I bet someone as aba kotokono. Kotoko with me ashe. Enka no. Okoba bayara na ohwe kotoko boa. Bon hu so mo bo. E wo no ho aho. But tell me beba ni mu ha you don't know. E ba ni mu na dozo dimrika nam no ho untimi hu de okokọ yeye. Afena no oba box no. Oba bedru box no bo na free box no ko da donzo or ranesa but right now they have the box
occupanta born beto no be say atimi ade ato net edi amount. And of course I started to me assist here and no na am the chase behind me the no I is so intense. I is so intense. Other than that, yeah, e can make say media e jaw mu nyina omoko because aduana kra na atania bressing players ne nansan ba 4 games 5 games no na atasi o no na ne bressing players no players na ni bro mo start season no satam na atakra start say or your campaign I got that numbers behind the players but at start is or your juma pa no boys no so that they don't want to play to match up attack kasana or na bontia or kasa the form so no
also only they also in no way the team no
perfect
because before na fans na attendance no form
of course
stadium attendance
why you mabuta
was governor junior mama boys he say bus stadium near the but
results
no from pejo mo
just had ya
because I was action speaking louder than the west na kadeba no
mo who say if what say what's what say so action and speaking more than the west no atasa so kasa so atana pa kasa do but results no ba ataso betimi around no enadwuma Mickey so adrena boys no nyino mo ho
say mo no Gold Stars e dey problem
ye ho na dey you in transition. You're in transition. And a transition is no adoso from coach from Pomanson on your bar coach Nanaya Manqua and Anche Yaba Brunino. We are in transition and you're
results in your last 5 games.
Now, Mammy asked a question with Dika with Savano.
What has
you do ask my police station once away, enough of us have free.
Oh, yes.
What we are who do Yano crowd was so Thomas of
Mementias, my last 5 games results in Mementias.
Sana Dianity. We are in transition. Coach from Pomanson Coy and Chana Nanaya from Manquaso by. Or buying in Niman TC so said it, but whatever be the case, you know, and you them taking decisions and putting take a decision. And I make can say me a decision, no, maybe decision, and another one can be season.
Was an coach among Conso Boshe?
Oh, none number of games are winning.
And I make some of them is no Bosch.
First round no 2 games spent a wambo. Now, Osha how the game is one lose of you. Or consider 2 goals per week.
And I was on pay no.
And yeah, only because I'm putting for the take decision. No,
now come management home.
Na me technical. Monsieur Hima Dibi said on I'm putting for in a discussing. Be me go make us a point as major Bibiani.
I don't even think so. Bet me cry speak it to the issue.
Yeah.
For professional reasons. And more Hano. The more he talks about it, the more it is not safe for him.
I don't know, Mickey call.
Yeah, more excuses.
More local and person bantam because the name of you on man. Oh, I know. I come here can sabre come sorry question. But say no. Mun yamu person be because
any so
no say. Any ko asem de man for decision because me man ko to for decision mo edu bibia ni say fasala tene da ho no. Me fa de na me ko kenkan. Etu bi nyama nyame ne hwedi beko.
The beauty transitions.
Yeah, man, I'm sure they will come. And Penifon not take your decision.
A Yemen can be
and he said, and Penifon take a decision.
You see, one thing about this league, one word consistency, and you can find it with one team, which is Mediama. Did the Akomiaka the Newton Ekano? It is not far from the truth. Yabo how many weeks? 20. Anameboa. 20 matches na team biabo. Of the 20 match weeks na yabo, Mediama has been on top 13 times out of 20. So it means 7 times a pair. No Munda as the number 1 team. 13 out of 20, they have been the number 1 team. There was even a match week, no more match, ya postpone or man, but still so that's Robia and Kutuomo.
I'm gonna go stars.
So clearly, it is to point towards the fact that if you are looking for consistency in the league by way of performance and results, then it is Mediama. From the first match week, Okoshe 2-0, Erodoma, it was against Young Apostles. They have never looked back. Yes, there were some setbacks, blips, but they have been very consistent than all the other teams. Out of the 13 now, no dash rona, Utifrime cast 7 no, Ediana dash Ruby. Heart of Lions adas Ruby Karela no so abesha kakrebi eko until you have not less than 3 teams or more 7 no na Mediama nko afa 13. Now what does it tell you? So when Akumia was saying so Marco 17 matches without defeat, no. Say what the Ashano also say Anya she cried here when Timmy Akwata draw. And they've had some disappointing results. Draw at home to Samates, draw at home to Baseke Holy Stars. Imagine if they had converted them into wins, then and KBC.
And Kotoko, they don't be 2 I will lead it 2.
It's an important fans and they are away. But the league is a home dominant league. Into both you and Kwadi himself so and I will shark a Siena. A Ketuano more underperforming, no chill move here, then also, yes, or sure more. Samates 10 were a bit of here and there. The same applies to Holy Stars, but they secure draws from Midiama. But what Midiama has done right is to compensate for that with away wins. To acquire away, making sure say 1 point, 3 points, no watching no deba. I think it's something that has helped them. But Akumia, Ibrahim Tanko has not done anything. No achievement. Atata the area. There needs to be an evidence, something to show, to prove. As Ateta was also assistant to Pep, they won the Premier League, and there's a problem being here. Anna, no, but be your own man and prove something. So he's a successful coach in terms of what he's done, what he's built. Successful, no, is subjective or relative to the contest. They are no why. But in terms of achievement, GP or contest, you can see a ranking coaches are Ibrahim Tanko, as it stands now, might not make the top 5 or whatever. Didi Dramani more on a stroke crack. I'm more on a stroke crack. Didi, the first job, ever your Premier League name or J League back to back, J Kotoko's only double. 2013-2014. Not in coachy video. The best he had done, Ghana, young man or Black Princesses, Biomoko Azerbaijan 2012 Koje bronze medal. Then Right to Dream. And is it Guan United or so? Did he hadn't coached in the Premier League before? Took over from Maswell Kunedu. Nakoda Kwaji League no under Maswell. Then they had lost the FA Cup to Nani Ane Hunsensem. What happened? Back-to-back league titles. Even at the time Saki did, they had just played 7 matches. So the point is, Tanko needs to prove. Say he's also capable. In Pempino, Kasa that Tanko did, it comes with a certain respect. Oh, why Juma why you say? There needs to be an evidence, and I think this is the best season he has to prove. I am in no way saying he's not a good coach. But what I'm saying is, there must be something substantial. That is the only thing. And I think the Mediama platform is well positioned to help him achieve that. At times, and you're coaching, but you also need that platform. So, Frimpong Manson at Bofo, Frimpong Manson at Gold Stars. So, nti baby a piano at times a boama Wontumi achieve true dear a when you was a one saka. But you see, football problems and a pimpini yenyes can get beto yenyes and yes can solve you every football problem. And yes, you don't use money to solve every football problem. At times, you also need the right way to the right opportunity to meet the right time. Like Albert Tamua's return. Korokoto on saying. Maybe so.
So Oba loan
a loan.
I say loan.
Kotoko Antono.
Yeah.
Anameboa.
Yeah.
Good. But he is coming to add a certain quality to the team. Adia ma sinto be da ho bro ja ho ko ye no. Kotoko could not solve it with money. Kotoko to players ni bi obako dogo there. Yakubu. But Thomas' return has been the right time. There was an opportunity, right time. And to the Nishimwa a plug and play. And I also BBS is someone the ball now. Now his decision making looks different. And I'm sure that bizarre zito. I post match and I say abetamu ana omuja no kwan mo koye no ene abetamu ana waba no de na asesa or say attitude
yes okoye no akohu bi
first no if he showed attitude na 70% and now he's giving over 100%. Nti eboa ema coaching ne is simple and a player also on the pitch now is able to see things clearer than previously.
As the exposure helps.
Exactly the point. Kotokwa mfesika na die we yo. Oman mfesika no there. So not every football problem is resolved or solved with money. At times, you just need the right opportunity and the right timing. And this is Albert Amoah's situation. C'est ça Kotoko fortune sukra. Kotoko's biggest issue, omo headache tipaye kesiye pano, na attack. And their best attacker returns with an improved or an enhanced version of him. And Neba Wabano, it will also help Kwame Poku. Then American is Kotoko wingers or more no. Excuse me to say, but we in a level of form. Albertamo free center forward Krano or ball right wing or left winger. He will be more productive than Saka Dauda or Peter Amiduakwa. Check your assess no Adema Kwame Poku no. He knows Kwame Poku because they have that telepathy. In the closing stages of last season, so Kwame Poku, Ebowa, Betamo Atiasie, they combined very well and they played crucial roles in helping Kotoko to win the FA Cup. Kwame Poku, the way to see him, the best way to utilize him is supplies. And he needs players who understand him and that are more productive with their final balls. Betamo is not your perfect player who gives you excellent production. But on the evidence of Omo he's a better option than the rest. So it helps any striker or attacker in the team who feeds on supplies. Yes, so it is positive for Asante Kotoko. So let's see what happens. Good news, Waba, but Midiama Dashra, except at Aso Dashro, because of the consistency that they've exhibited. Maybe tomorrow. I think that has a folk, maybe because we'll see a Nicole. Near ball, Mabaso, and your bonnet, internal see a beyond DNAC. There are positive developments in their camp, which I was see at Tenas near Camp Wasem. Me, whatever they have see a piano, Watara, he deserves praise.
What does he say?
They has a piano. I was say about Watara, Abubakar, Yapona Baso.
Fesi ya na wasoma wakan dem say ye baba tutu butomo wo 18 na wonsam no na ye wose de nuama ebisi akọ e de afa nti Watara de Mike nso akofa bibia but you get into it tomorrow then na ye de wonsam de aba na ya to aso de fro ye ni easy be to aso na ya bon komo easy waterproof paint no more leakages in what ope paint ebe boa wa fi mu odwumedie mu a na wa pebi na de di dwuma na bibia e kama oza afi na afi we